got started in golf in a relatively strange way. I participated in a putting contest to help raise money for the United Way, when the organizer of the contest asked me if I would be on his golf team for our college's summer golf league. I explained to him that I had never golfed before and had no idea what I was doing, but he assured me that would be okay, as there were many beginners in the league. I reluctantly agreed, excited to begin my journey of learning golf. That is, until I found out who the third member of our team was. The president. Given that I didn't want to look like a complete fool in front of my college's senior administration, I now had a high degree of extrinsic as well as intrinsic motivation to learn golf. But what does it mean to learn golf? A foundational view of knowledge would suggest that learning golf involves transferring knowledge from the minds of experts into my own mind. But somehow I knew that I wouldn't learn how to golf simply by listening to and reading what experts have to say. Besides, trying to read a golf magazine without having experienced golf is like trying to read directions in Japanese. Without context, the meaning isn't situated and isn't valuable. Instead, in order to learn golf, I knew I actually had to practice golf. Little did I know, however, that I was about to embark on a journey of reacculturation. I was about to approach the boundary of a new knowledge community, hoping to learn their figurative password and secret handshake in order to be accepted as a member. First, I needed to learn to look the part. Looking back, I'm surprised that I was allowed out on the golf course as a beginner. First of all, my grandmother bought me a set of golf clubs at a garage sale for $1. Yep, that's a powder blue leather golf bag with a real wooden driver. Not sure of what clothes to wear, I fell back on prior experience and attempted to transfer my knowledge for my experience as a softball player. I figured since I was going to play a sport, I should wear clothes appropriate for exercise. Little did I know that I wore the wrong shoes, the wrong clothes, the wrong hat, and even the wrong glove. I was definitely marked as a newcomer to this knowledge community. I also needed to learn the language of the new community. Imagine my surprise the first time I heard someone say that they shot a birdie. Yikes. I also had to develop literacy in a new semiotic domain, as there are a multitude of signs and symbols, or artifacts, in which meaning has been accumulated. The type of grass on the course, the color of the flag on the green, the numbers and letters on the bottom of a golf club, all carry situated meaning, and the process of learning golf is mediated by these artifacts. Additionally, learning golf requires meta-reflective consideration of this semiotic domain as a design space, in order to identify what signs and symbols do and do not embody meaning. For example, how does a novice know that while the number on the bottom of a golf club is important, the number on a golf ball does not carry meaning? So how does one go about learning golf? I, in the most literal sense, started the process through legitimate peripheral participation by serving as the caddy to my team. I was too intimidated to actually play golf, but by actually being on the course, I was able to develop a degree of fluency in the semiotic domain and in the culture in a low-risk environment. As Lev and Wenger state, newcomers' legitimate peripherality provides them with more than an observational lookout post. It crucially involves participation as a way of learning, of both absorbing and being absorbed in the culture of practice. I also frequented the driving range, which allowed me to learn in a subdomain of the full domain of the game of golf. As G explains, in a subdomain, the player moves through the same sorts of landscapes, performs the same sorts of actions, and engages with the same sorts of artifacts as in the real game. Learning is not started in a separate place outside the domain in which the learning is going to operate. At the same time, the learner is not thrown into the real thing, the full game, and left to swim or drown. Additionally, within this subdomain, an expert provided me with overt information about how to improve my swing. As G points out, while I could not do much with lots of overt information that a teacher explicitly told me outside the context of immersion in actual practice, I could not learn everything without some overt information, I simply could not discover everything about the game of golf by myself. My instructors provided information in ways that made sense in the context of embodied action. My instructors would show me comparisons of my swing with experts' swings and provide overt information as to how to improve, which facilitated my learning both in mental simulation as well as in actual action. Driving ranges also provide learners with a psychosocial moratorium, that is, a learning space in which the learner can take risks where real-world consequences are lowered. Just like a reset button in a video game. After hitting a bad shot on a driving range, no long-lasting consequences are suffered. I can simply reset and try again. When I actually started playing golf, my teammates acted as mentors to guide me to stay within my regime of competence. They helped me decide what tasks were beyond my resources, so that the game felt challenging but not undoable. Here, one of my teammates, President Packard, explains his mentorship role the very first time I got stuck in a sand trap.
We're part of a very serious golf league here at the college, and Kathy had the opportunity to learn something about the technical rules of golf related to sand traps. In one of her early attempts to learn the game, her ball landed in a water-filled sand trap, and she asked the question of, well, how do I get this ball out of here? And there's an obvious answer. You simply pick it up and throw it on the green.
The golf course itself helps to mediate learning by providing immediate and very effective feedback.
Water.
Oh my God! Oh Lord!
What happened?
Great right.
It hit the tree and took a right turn.
So, how well did I learn golf? I still shoot in the low 50s for 9 holes, which means I was transformed from a newcomer to an advanced beginner. Perhaps more importantly, I have taken on a projective identity as a professional golfer. I can see myself being successful, hitting a 300-yard drive straight down the fairway, which in turn makes me as a learner willing to put in the effort and practice demanded for mastering the domain, even in the harshest of weather conditions. It's the middle of December, and it's about 12 degrees, and this is how we play golf in Chicago.
Oh, nice shot!
By learning golf, I was transformed as an individual. Through a process known as iterated social imbrication, I joined the golfing community while simultaneously retaining my membership in other knowledge communities, thereby helping to shape the golfing community while at the same time being shaped by it. I did become a different person as a result of learning golf, with a new language, culture, and wardrobe. As Lavenwanger states, learning involves the whole person. It implies not only a relation to specific activities, but a relation to social communities. It implies becoming a full participant, a member, a kind of person. Here, Vice President Gray describes my transformation.
When Kathy started this game, it was an interesting experiment to watch. The first day that she showed up for league with her powder blue bag and tennis shoes, we definitely thought, okay, we're ready to go. So, and since that time, I have to say that she's come along very well.